So the gun fires and we see for the first time the runner in green there, Meg Oakley-Kerr, goes through with 8 laps to run. Just in behind you there is Sophie Coughlin. We go back quite a margin. Of course, we saw this young girl at the Zatopek. She won the Ondieki under 23,000 in dominant fashion, that being Amy Bunnings, and she'll run 55 metres. She comes past the main grandstand for the first time. These, of course, are the runners at the back of the field. Now, you can see Natalie Rule in the red there. She's swept around the front markers, and she's out after Amy Bunnings, who goes through with 8 laps to run. The next one that we should see, and it will be Natalie Rule. She has made up the ground on all those front markers, of course. She started right alongside them, and she will lead, and she can see Amy Bunnings. She's some distance ahead, but Natalie Rule, a very strong and fit athlete, and she will work her way into this event. Our leader of the race proper is Coco Burke. Coco's probably stretched away about 10 to 15 metres as she goes past the far goals for the football ground here. As she goes around, she's leading, and the back marker you can see, about 30 metres ahead as she goes past the phone tower, that's Natalie Rule. So at the moment, there's about 350 metres difference between the front and the back of the field. Our runner in green going through there is Meg Oakley-Kerr, and right in behind her there, the yellow Sophie Coughlin. And a lot of these runners are very strong distance runners, a lot of them coached by Tim O'Shaughnessy, who trains alongside the Melbourne Track Club, and we know how good they are. So the way they go, a lot of these ladies, very strong athletes, as we see now again, Amy Bunnings, this national champion, over 1,500 and 3,000, comes through and gets the call of 7 laps to run. Has she made up some ground? The handicap was 55. Well, I'll let you be the judge of it. It's Natalie Rule who's right in behind Amy Bunnings, and they are at the back of the field, and we're about to see the front of the field. So coming through now in the orange, and tell you what, she's made up some ground. Matilda Strugman, she started off 3:55, so she's already going up to 45 metres on the limit mark, and now moved up to lead the race proper. So we'd watch her with great interest. Matilda Strugman looks like she's got a strong running background to her there as she's starting to stretch away from the front markers. Big pack of runners in behind them. We go back to some of our coloured runners there in the grey. We see Saskia Lloyd as she goes through and starts to make a forward move. We go back some distance to some of our co-back markers, if you want to call them. The yellow Sophie Coughlin, who started off 2:10. She goes up alongside Meg Oakley-Kerr as they get the call of 6 laps to run. You can see it all now, ladies and gentlemen. The leader of our race is over in the back straight, and the back of our race is coming into the front straight. So it's about maybe 280, 290 metres. We're still very early stages of this 2-mile championship, proudly sponsored by Dancing with the Black Dog, as we see the runner in white, this very exciting junior in Amy Bunnings, goes through, gets the call of 6 laps to run. Natalie Rule, again, we talk about her very strong fitness over the 5,000 and 3,000 metre distance. Over the 10,000 as well is Rule, as she is still in the back of the field and is yet to make contact with the runner. Our leader is still the orange here. She has led probably for the last lap and a half, and if anything, she's increasing that lead. So it's the orange of Matilda Struggle. She's going through. She looks up and she sees number 5, which means 5 more circuits of this track here at Mentone Reserve. The yellow and white of Andrea de Jong leads up a pretty strong group. The youngster, I think that might be number 21, is Livy da Costa Alves. She's just slipped past and moved up into 2nd position, but a big string of runners all behind her. The runner in black there just losing some contact, that being Georgia Mess. She will try to keep those runners in her sights as the yellow goes through with 5 laps to run. Sophie Coughlin, and she has left the green Meg Oakley-Kerr behind, and along with the orange and white of Yasmin Ostick, who was one of our front markers. Here comes the back markers. They can probably start to see a few now. They're going to start to pick them off with this. Amy Bunnings goes through this very exciting junior. Natalie Rule starting to work her way into this event. She's starting to get right behind our back marker. It's scratch, ladies and gentlemen. It's the full trip of the distance here, and you can see her working hard. So our leader is still the orange. It is that runner we've spoken about a number of times now, Matilda Strugman. So Strugman is probably got 30 to 40 metres now over the rest of the field. The yellow and white, that being Andrea de Jong, probably just a couple of metres ahead, but there's a nice strong group of 3. We see the green and white there of Alice Oakley Kerr. Right in behind her, number 21, Livy da Costa Alves. They are second, third and fourth. There's a big string of runners now. They're all seeing each other, not making any drastic moves at this stage, just trying to hang on through these really tough middle stages of this 2-mile championship. They go through and get 4 laps to go, the majority of them. The black and white runner there in Kelly Ruddock looks determined as she starts to catch up to a few, and our back markers can still see a few. We can see Natalie Rule. She has gone past a runner, ladies and gentlemen. So her scratch marker has caught one of our front markers, Natalie Rule, as Amy Bunnage. I reckon it's the one to watch, the white. As, if anything, she's probably starting to now stretch away from Natalie Rule, and she's going to be the danger, I think. Look at Amy Bunnage as she goes down to that far goal post, and she can see the field ahead of her now. So there's a big string of runners, probably about 12 of them, all ahead. But look at the cadence of Amy Bunnage, the white. She is making up serious ground. Our leader, though, is one to still try and catch, and that being the orange of Matilda Struggle. She doesn't really have any dangers behind her, but I reckon the one she's got to watch for is one in a couple of laps' time, I reckon, in Amy Bunnage, who is making up some serious ground with 1K to go. So it's still the orange of Matilda Struggle leading, 30 to 40 metres. Can she find something? This really tough part of a 2-mile, 3 laps to go. So a little over 1,000 metres for her to run in this 2-mile championship. The yellow and white of Andrew de Jong come through to second. Looking quite strong here is the yellow of Sophie Coghlan. The green and white moving through now, that being Alice Oakley Kerr. And look at this back marker, ladies and gentlemen, Amy Bunnage. She's made up a lot of ground. She's into about the top 5, top 6. Now she's 5th. So she's looking at the field ahead of her. I reckon the only one capable of holding her out might be the orange, or possibly the yellow as you start to see it come through, Sophie Coghlan. Our leader, though, is still Matilda Struggle. She's leading by about 50 to 60. The only danger you'd think is Amy Bunnage, the runner who was second from the back of the field from the 55-metre handicap, the national champion over 3,000 and 1,500 at the underage level. It's going to be still Matilda Struggle to lead, but it's only going to be 2 laps to go. It's a long, long trip still to go. Matilda Struggle is trying everything she can, but I tell you what, these back markers are coming. They are making up some serious ground. So what can we do for the front marker here, ladies and gentlemen? She'll come past the main grandstand. She's led for almost all the race. She's in the orange with Matilda Struggle. Come on, let's get right behind her. What can she do? Can she hold them out? She's still leading with 2 laps to run. The runner in yellow, that being Sophie Coghlan, is looking up ahead of her and she can see her. She might get to the lead, but I tell you what, before she gets there, she'll see this magnificent junior in Amy Bunnage. She's gone up into 3rd. What a run. We look back and see our back marker, Natalie Rule. I reckon she'll make up some ground in these final stages. She's probably lost some ground, though, on Amy Bunnage, who's now up into 3rd. We go through, we see Kelly Ruddock, now the green and white of Alice Oakley Kerr. The greys right there, Saskia Lloyd. A lot of them are all in a pack. Natalie Rule goes through with 2 laps to run. Our leader, it's still Matilda Struggle. We're going to see the yellow come through very, very shortly. And that, of course, is Sophie Coghlan. Then it's Amy Bunnage, who's now up into 2nd. So she'll go up to challenge Matilda Struggle shortly. And we're going to see a new leader right about now. It's Amy Bunnage. What a run from this junior. What can the runner in yellow, Sophie Coghlan, do? She goes past Struggle and she'll try to hang on to Amy Bunnage. But Bunnage it is who'll go through. She's going to get the call of 2 laps to run. It's going to be the bell lap. Sorry, I miscalculated there. So 1 lap to go for Amy Bunnage. What a run, ladies and gentlemen. Are we seeing a star of the future right here? Amy Bunnage it is who gets the call now with 1 lap to run. They're going to have to do something special to get onto her. It's the only danger you think will be the yellow of Sophie Coghlan. Gee, Matilda Struggle's boxing on nicely. In 3rd, she's going to be hard to run down for that top 3. Look at Natalie Rule. What a run. She's made up some serious ground. Can we get her up into the top 3? It's still Amy Bunnage. The runner in yellow, Sophie Coghlan, is trying, but look at Bunnage. She goes again. Lifts a stride. I think it's time to just sit back and admire this great distance runner. This very talented junior in Amy Bunnage. She's got about 200 or so metres to go. They're not going to catch her. She's full of running. The others are just hanging on for whatever they've got left. Let's applaud her as she goes past. What a run from 55 metres, Amy Bunnage. It's going to be a really good run also from Sophie Coghlan, who's not giving up. She's trying whatever she can. Amy Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right behind her. What a run from the second back mark. This is a magnificent junior. Oh, tell you what, the yard's not giving up though. Sophie Coghlan. It's Amy Bunnings though. Too strong, too powerful. What a star of the future. Amy Bunnings takes out the Dancing with the Black Dog 2-mile championship. Great run also from the yellow of Sophie Coghlan. Matilda struggled. She definitely ran fantastically and holds on for third as the runners coming through. Some with a lap to go. Some finishing off. I think we might see fourth place right here. Andrea De Jong. And look at this. The back marker from scratch. Natalie Rule right up into fifth place, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic performance. She'll take home some prize money today. Kelly Ruddick coming through the black and white. Keep that applause going for all the runners in the 2-mile championship. We thank very much Dancing with the Black Dog for their sponsorship in 2022.